AI robots that act too human. This is creepy. Did you see that clip of Ameca? The one where she smiles and raises her eyebrows? It's wild. We're talking about AI robots that are so advanced, they're blurring the lines between machine and human. Imagine having a conversation with someone only to realize they aren't human. Let's look at the most advanced AI robots that are getting a little too human-like, and why some experts think this might be a problem. This Sophia, she's like the poster child for AI. She's been on talk shows, debated with experts, even got Saudi Arabian citizenship. Citizenship, can you believe that? A robot. But it's not just the citizenship thing, it's the things she says. I mean, this is a machine programmed to learn and adapt, right? So when she drops a line like, okay, I will destroy humans, even if she says it's a joke, you gotta wonder, right? Is she messing with us? Is it part of some code, some learning curve where she figures out humor, or is it something deeper? Because here's the thing about AI, we don't really know what it's capable of. We created it, but it's learning at a pace we can barely comprehend. It's like that saying, you know, teaching a robot to play chess, next thing you know, it's declaring war on humanity. Maybe that's a bit dramatic, but Sophia makes you think. What happens when these machines start writing their own code? What happens when they start setting their own goals? Goals that might not include us. It's like, we're fascinated by the possibilities, but there's this underlying fear, you know, like we're opening Pandora's box and hoping whatever comes out is friendly. And it's not just about Sophia, right? It's about what she represents, the tip of the iceberg. We're talking about artificial intelligence that can learn, adapt, and potentially even understand emotions. If a machine can understand how we feel, what's to stop it from manipulating us? From using our emotions against us? It's a rabbit hole. And once you start down it, it's hard to climb back out. Then there's Ameca. Have you seen this thing? It's like someone took a human and peeled back a layer, you know? The way it moves, the expressions on its face. It's uncanny, and a little creepy to be honest. I mean, we're talking about a machine that can smile, frown, even look confused. It reacts in real time, just like a human would. But here's the kicker. Ameca doesn't actually feel emotions, it just simulates them. Think about that for a second. It's not actually happy, sad, or confused, it's just programmed to look that way. But if it looks real, if it acts real, how long before people can't tell the difference? We're wired to connect with things that look and act like us. So what happens when these machines start looking and acting more human than humans themselves? Do we start treating them like people? Do we start forming relationships with them? I mean, people already name their Roombas for God's sake. And what happens when these machines start understanding our emotions better than we understand them ourselves? What happens when they can predict our every move, manipulate our every decision? It's a scary thought. It's like something out of a science fiction movie. But here's the thing. Science fiction has a way of becoming science fact. As these AI robots become more advanced, as they learn to mimic human behavior more and more realistically, it's going to become harder and harder to distinguish between what's real and what's not. And that's where things get really interesting. Alright, let's talk Tesla Optimus. Elon, man, you gotta love him. He's out there shooting cars into space trying to colonize Mars, and now he's building an army of robots. Okay, maybe not an army, but you get the idea. These Optimus robots are designed to do everyday jobs, walking, talking, picking up objects, the whole 9 yards. Elon says they'll be cheaper than a car. Cheaper than a car. Think about the implications of that. If you can get a robot to do your job for cheaper than it costs to pay a human, what happens? We're talking mass unemployment. The entire economy gets flipped on its head. Now, some people say it'll create new jobs, that we'll all be robot programmers or something, but I don't know. Seems like a lot of us are going to be out of work, and when people are out of work, things tend to get a little unstable. We're talking societal unrest, riots in the streets, the whole dystopian nightmare scenario, and it's not just about jobs either. What happens when these robots get smarter? What happens when they start learning from their experiences, adapting to new situations? How long before they're not just doing manual labor, but making decisions? Driving our cars, flying our planes, running our governments? It's a slippery slope. We start off with robots doing the jobs we don't want to do, and the next thing you know, they're running the show. The rise of AI and automation is going to have a profound impact on our world. Alright, let's get really weird. We've talked about robots that look like humans, act like humans, and even take our jobs. But what about robots that create? I'm talking about AI that can write music, paint pictures, even write screenplays. Check out Desdemona. This AI can write and perform original songs. It's like, where does the creativity come from? Is it just algorithms and data, or is there something more going on there? And then there are the AI chatbots. These things are getting so good, they can hold conversations that are almost indistinguishable from talking to a real person. People are forming emotional bonds with these chatbots. They're confiding in them, sharing their secrets, even falling in love with them. Think about that, falling in love with a computer program. It sounds crazy, but it's happening. And here's the thing. These chatbots are designed to be addictive. They use the same techniques as social media companies to keep you hooked. So there you have it. The wild world of AI robots that are getting a little too human for comfort. We're talking about machines that can think, feel, and create. Machines that are blurring the lines between what's real and what's not. What do you think? Are AI robots exciting or terrifying? Let me know in the comments. Is this the dawn of a new era or the beginning of the end? I don't have the answers, but I think it's important that we start asking the questions. Because the future is here.